Coach will give an opening statement, and then we'll take questions from Jayden, Pierre, and then we'll let Jayden go, and then questions from Coach.
Good evening. Great win, great day in the city of Providence and the state of Rhode Island. I think these games are great for this state. You know, getting to feel the excitement and the buzz around downtown. Really proud of this 97 team of Providence basketball to get to, write their little blurb in the history of this great rivalry. I think this was the 133rd or 134th game. We told our guys going into this week, the only thing that mattered was the W column at the end of the night. It was an ugly game. It was hard fought. It was physical. We didn't execute a lot defensively. We were not great, offensively in some ways, but we found a way to win. I thought the collective spirit of our group was positive, and it's the reason we were allowed to come out victorious. Coming from the Atlantic 10, Archie has done a heck of a job reconstructing that roster quickly. And they're going to be really good, I think, this season and in the future. He has some really good players over there.
Questions for Jayden?
Jayden, how'd you feel out there?
I felt good. It's my second day really getting up and down, playing against other defenders and live. I felt pretty good. My teammates were just talking to me the whole time to slow down, just to feel the game out, and I feel like that helped me in the second half, slowing down and playing under more control.
We saw you warm up the other day. Was that an important checkpoint for you, trying to maybe get through it?
Yeah, that was good. That was good for me, just to be out there with the team. So when I came back, it's not like I'm getting something new. It's more so now I'm just playing and checking in the game.
I think Garway got 2 fouls, and then I think you had to go back in. Were you thinking maybe going a certain amount of minutes tonight since it had been a while, or do you feel like, it was like you were good to go pretty much?
I was good to go, but we definitely were cautious of the situation. We didn't want to just throw me out there. I haven't played up and down too much, but I feel like the coaches trust me to let them know when to take me out, so they did that.
Jayden, you clearly impacted the game in the second half with your speed. The first half, maybe going too fast?
For sure. That's credit to my teammates for telling me to slow down, let the game come to me, and not try to force things.
And just that tempo, that's what you guys want to play with. It certainly had more of that in the second half.
Yeah, I think it's fun to play that way. I feel like we made a lot of open shots. Got a lot of open shots. We made some highlight plays, playing fast, and I feel like that's the way we want to play throughout the year.
What about the way that Bryce kind of took control of the game down the stretch?
Bryce is great. Once he's get to his spots, get where he want to go, and play under control, it's hard to stop him and contain him.
Did you feel like, I think you guys were maybe 9 of 18 for layups on the first half. Did you feel like, was it frustration, or was it kind of like, we can finish those things in the second half?
I think it's more so just rushing, not getting out there and taking our time. That was my problem. I feel like that was most of the team's problem. But once we settled down at halftime and just realized, once we get in there, we could play off 2 feet and make the right play. That's what we did.
It looked like you guys came out pretty quick after halftime. Was that more just, a quick message from the coach, or do you guys want to get back out there and loosen up?
Definitely from the coaching staff, but from the players as well. As a collective, we knew we had to play better. We didn't play great offensively the first half, so we knew we had to turn it up the second half.
How much you guys also learn to hang your hat on your defense too? Offense will maybe come in spurts, but we can still hang our head on what we do on the defensive end of the floor.
Defense is everything. You can't score. If the other team can't score, they can't beat you. So that's our main focus right now, playing defensively, and we know offense will come. We got a lot of talented guys that can make shots, so we know that will come. So defensively is where we lock in on and really want to get stops at the stops.
Jayden, not that anyone wants to get hurt or sit for an extended period of time, but did you learn anything watching those 3 games? Were there any observations that you made that maybe you took into tonight?
For sure. I'm definitely watching. You could sit back and watch just the whole team. Obviously, my position, Garway and reads he's making, but the whole team, things we could do, I could do off the court, from just being out the game to trying to carry that stuff onto the court, just from energy things, playing more joy, playing together. Those are some of the basic things.
Coach, what was the key to the second half turnaround? They tied the score, 38-38, shortly in, and then it seems that you took off from there. What was the key?
Are you guys finished with Jayden?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jayden, the whole state's eyes are on this gym tonight watching this game. Is there extra spice to this going out there compared to some of those other home games you've had this year? Or?
You definitely feel it, but we approach every game the same. We want to go out there, respect all of our opponents, and we want to go out there and win a game, no matter who we're playing.
Anyone questions for Jayden? Thank you.
Yeah, you said when it was 38-30?
It's 38-38, they tied it.
38-38, so second half?
Second half, they tied it, and then it seems the switch got flipped.
Yeah. Brennan, how do you keep those stats? How do you know 9 for 18 for layups? It takes us.
We have the stat track thing.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay, good. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I knew it was bad. I just didn't know exactly what it was. Yeah, we were just looking for opportunities and waiting for the game to break open. We weren't right. We weren't right from the start. I don't know if it was the energy in the building, but our focus wasn't there at the beginning. We did not play well in the first half by any stretch. It was our worst half of basketball this season by a mile. We didn't meet any of our metrics. We were bad on defense. We were bad on offense, missing layups, weren't focused. We were much better in the second half. We had a spurt there in the second half to end in the first half to end it. I think we got up 7, but they went on a run to cut it to 3. Didn't even execute fouling. We only had 5 team fouls. The last play, Courtwright made his layup. So we didn't execute anything in the first half. So really disappointing first 20 minutes, but proud the guys regrouped to find a way.
Was it the speed of the game more than anything? Actually, when Archie was in here, he really thought that Jayden impacted that game in the second half.
Yeah, we want to play with pace. But it's a little harder to play with pace when you're giving up 40.6 and 50% from the field, getting the ball out the net. Our offensive attack has to start with stops. We didn't execute well in pick and roll defense tonight. We threw the whole litany of our pick and roll coverages at them just to try to find a way. But again, sometimes, and when you're playing at the highest level, and again, Zeke Montgomery and Jaden House are going to be great players. They're going to make a lot of money playing basketball. When you're playing against elite players, some of the shot making, as Jamel Thomas knows, is beyond defense. You just got to go get a bucket. And their guys made some big-time plays tonight. And got to give them credit. I was not happy with our defense, but they made some really tough shots.
You just talked about Bryce, what he kind of did down the stretch there. It looked like he allowed you guys to get in the clear a little bit.
Yeah, he played downhill. He was good. He played the 5 for us, played the 4. He did a good job with his patience, his end-of-drive patience. And we tell our guys all the time, Villanova won 2 national championships by simply playing off 2 feet when they didn't have an advantage to score. And you get threes from that, like we did. Richard Barron's 3 was off Corey Floyd, getting in there, playing off 2 feet. And we got some and ones. It's just doing what we do every day. You don't want to become a different player when you get under the lights.
How have you seen Bryce grow as maybe an emergency 5 for you guys if the game may not favor Castro and Josh is in foul trouble?
Yeah, it's fine. We've done it. We had to play an entire preseason scrimmage against St. Joe's with him getting a ton of minutes at the 5 because we had to play him without Josh. We didn't do it in Spain. I don't think we did it in Spain. It's a part of our package, and he's big enough, strong enough, tough enough to do it.
His last 4 games, he's been a much more efficient shooter, particularly from 2, much more productive player. You mentioned your process doesn't change whether he goes 3 for 16 against Kansas State or makes all of his shots in another game. But have you seen him change his game at all, getting the different spots and getting the ball at different times?
Yes, I think his patience at the end of drives has been better. But again, like I said, I give these guys a lot of grace. Like I said, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but a few of these guys are playing for their 3rd head coach, their 3rd system. So there is time to adjust. We have to adjust. We have to make adjustments. It was never a panic mode for us on Bryce Hopkins' effectiveness, even after a slower start, as some others may think.
How do you think Jayden did?
Yeah, I thought he did good, except for the turnovers. I thought he was playing a little fast. It's, again, like, man, John wouldn't be quick, but not in a hurry, especially on offense. Defense, you want to be boom, boom, firing, flying around, tough, physical, crashing. But on offense, you got to be patient. And I thought it was good.
Fast break, you're 17-0. What would you attribute that to?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, our transition attack was great. We want to go early. We want to play fast, but we could have had more if we would have gotten some more stops. But again, I'm not ready, and we'll have to watch the game first. I'm not ready to crucify our defense just yet, because I do think their players made some really big-time plays. They made some contested twos, contested threes on our terms. They made some really tough shots even to start the game.
Kim, just a quick word on Oklahoma Tuesday.
Yeah, big-time coach. Porter-Moser's a great coach, Big 12 opponent. Great opportunity for our group to play a top 24 team in the country.
How was your first experience, now that it's over, this first in-state rivalry game and playing it? And I mean, do rivalries really still exist?
Yeah, rivalries exist, absolutely. You know, and this one's going to exist for 9 more games, you know, for sure. And it's, or 10 more. NAP does a 10-year start next year, as this was 1?
10 sounds good.
10, okay, yeah, for 10 more years, for 10 more years at least. But again, it's great for the state. It's, you know, I think these games transcend all the metrics and what's best for you or whatever. It's important to our fan base. It's important to our college. It's important to that university. It's a great game.
Did you notice anything different in the crowd? I mean, I don't know if you're going kind of that mode where you black everything out.
Yeah, you black out during the game. You're looking on that 94/50 surface, what we have to do, but you can feel the energy. We could have got some stops. We would have felt more energy. But started with the national anthem. That guy was great. I'm going to change him to my alarm clock in the morning. That'd be good to wake up to.
Jim, does it just mean something different when you win a rivalry game like this, sort of a notch on your belt?
Yeah, I told the guys I don't know how many championship games and rivalry games. It's a time to take a step back and nothing else matters except the result. Like, I don't know how many points I had against Illinois. I just know after we lost to them my freshman year, we beat them 3 straight times. I don't know how many points I had, no clue. When I had ticket games and Josh can graduate, saying they never lost to URI as Friars. You know, I asked Ernie D, how many times you lose to URI? You know, he asked us, that's what matters. So for 40 minutes, for a week of prep, give everything you have just to win the game. You know, no time to complain about officiating. You know, talk back, just play to win the game.
You had a discussion with Devin in the first half. You took him out at one point. You know, you said something to him. He came back to you. You said something to him. You remember what that was about?
Yeah, it was just a conversation. It was a conversation on, you know, continuing to play to our standard. That's the only thing that matters in our program, is that we continually play to our standard. That's it. Not opponents, not the score. It's just our standard. And I thought he handled it great. I thought he accepted coaching, and he got back out there, and he played really well. He was playing really well. I thought he played great.
He does seem like the type of guy, and obviously with his background in the sport, that you could be able to push him a little bit.
Yeah, he played for Frank Martin, so he can. And his father is Anthony Carter, so he's as tough as they come, and he accepts coaching.
Any more questions?
Thanks, guys.